breaking glass. Can the future save me from my past? On the other side of the railroad tracks, time's turning back. The sky was dark with thunder and rain. Lost my heart on a runaway train. Now it's back to the start again. It's all come apart again. Don't know where to go. The world moves by like a picture show. Gonna sit back and watch it roll. Black and white, shades of gray. Love burned bright and faded away. Oh, it was frame by frame. Can't rewind, can't play it again. Don't know where to go. The world moves by like a picture show. Gonna sit back and watch it roll. In the pitch black, I watch it roll. On this flickering screen, you come and go. Curtains fall on the final scene when the lights come up and I'm on my own. Don't know where to go. The world moves by like a picture show. Gonna sit back and watch it roll. Don't know where to go. The world moves by like a picture show. Gonna sit back and watch it roll.
Well, good morning. How are you? Welcome to Thursday morning at WMPG. I am Fred. I am back. I went to California and was gone for a couple of weeks, and now I'm back on the radio, playing you some music, and this is Hardly Strictly. It's Hardly Strictly number 260, believe it or not. Took us a while to get to 260, but we're off to the races. And now Hardly Strictly features bluegrass, Americana roots, folk acoustic, and a little bit of country music. And today, as we've been doing all week here at WMPG, and proudly so, we're featuring female artists. And I thought, what better way to start out the Hardly Strictly show for this version was to listen to a female artist who's probably the strongest and hottest bluegrass performer of any gender, who's got a brand new release out, and that was Molly Tuttle's Sit Back and Watch It Roll from her Compass record release. It'll be out in about a month or so, but we got it right here for you, and the CD is called When You're Ready. My guess, I'm just going out here on a limb, is to say that we'll hear a lot more from that Molly Tuttle CD as the year goes on. that's where we are, that's where we're going, and that's where we need to be. It's hardly strictly number 260.
When I go, don't cry for me. In my Father's arms I'll be. The wounds this world left on my soul will all be healed now. Sun and moon will be replaced with the light of Jesus' face. And I will not be ashamed, for my Savior knows my name. It don't matter where you bury me, I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter where I lay, all my tears be washed away. Hey, gold and silver blind the eye, temporary riches lie. So come and eat from heaven's store, come and drink and thirst no more. So weep not for me, my friend, when my time below does end. For my life belongs to Him who will raise the dead again. It don't matter where you bury me, I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter where I lay, all my tears be washed away. It don't matter where you bury me, I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter where I lay, all my tears be washed away.
We're lucky to have several friends in the audience and people who have just made us feel so welcome here in the bluegrass community in Eastern Kentucky. We're from Ohio, like Paula said, but it seems like Moorhead is our second home, I think. But we're going to do this song for Mr. Sticks out there. He requested it especially. It's called the Kentucky Waltz.
As I sit here alone, I see your smiling face, and I long once more for your embrace and that beautiful Kentucky walk. And I long once more for your embrace and that beautiful Kentucky
Yeah, I've had my share of broken dreams and more than a couple of falls. And in chasing what I thought were moonbeams, I've run into a couple of walls. But in looking back at the places I've been, the changes that I've left behind, I just look at myself to find I've learned the hard way every time. 'Cause I've had my share of good intentions and made my share of mistakes. And I've learned at times it's best to bend, 'cause if you don't, well, those are the breaks. Should have listened to all the things I was told, but I was young and too proud at the time. Now look at myself to find I've learned the hard way every time. But in looking back at the lessons I've learned, the mountains I wanted to climb, I just look at myself to find I've learned the hard way every time. 'Cause I've had my share of broken dreams and more than a couple of falls. And in chasing what I thought were moonbeams, I've run into a couple of walls. But in looking back at the places I've been, sure be the first one to say, when I look at myself today, couldn't have done it any other way.
My friends all tell me that they just can't see this long time attraction between you and me. Don't understand why I hold on
darling, I do. They made up their minds, yeah, they're convinced that I could do better than you. They don't know, probably never will. All the love in your eyes when you look at me, when we're all alone. And even though you may never be good enough for them, you're all the world to me. Oh, they don't know what a beautiful morning finding me next to you, with your arms around me. There's nothing I'd rather do. We've got this once in a lifetime. In every moment we share. And just because they don't see it, they don't believe it, but I know it's there. And they don't know, probably never will. All the love in your eyes when you look at me, when we're all alone. And even though you may never be good enough for them, you're all the world to me. Oh, they don't know. And even though you may never be good enough for them, you're all the world to me. Oh, they don't know.
That's an artist by the name of Ruby Lovett. You don't know. They do not know, do they? It's a Hard Life is the name of her CD released just this year. For that, new music also from Dale Ann Bradley. Hard Way Every Time from CD called The Hard Way. We heard the Price Sisters from Ohio via Tennessee and Kentucky. They were playing live there with the Kentucky Waltz, and we started out with J. Lee Roberts, All My Tears. And that's a new release, too. We've got a lot of new music this morning because I've been away for a couple of weeks, and I have the privilege of sort of receiving and dealing with the new releases that come from the artists and from the record companies and the promotional people and so forth. So there was a good selection to choose from this morning, and that in conjunction with celebrating WMPG's Women's Week here at Hardly Strictly. And all sorts of new music, and I'm happy to share with you. Please allow me to introduce myself yet again. I'm Fred. I'm the host of Hardly Strictly. I want to thank Rio for filling in for the last 2 weeks. Rio puts on a heck of a show, and it was great to hear Rio in this time spot playing his music. So thanks to Rio, and big ups for the way he approaches radio. WMPG is supported by our listeners. That's you. That's you over there. Yeah, in that red car, that's you. And by Cybercopy, a full-service printing company located at 10064 Forest Avenue in Portland. CyberCopy provides traditional printing services such as full color printing and finishing, as well as mail services, wide format, and engineering prints, design services, and more. Online ordering is available. Information at cybercopyme.com. All right, you in the red car, I have stopped talking to you. You in the blue car, I'm talking to you now, but you in the red car, you can now proceed because it's a green light. It's all good. Hardly Strictly number 260 in an infinite series of radio programs right here at WMPG.
Jack of diamonds comes on time, but he ain't no friend of mine. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. He done made me weep and moan. He done wreck a happy home. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Oh, he keeps a tempting me. He won't let my poor soul be. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Mama taught me not to bet, but I ain't learned that yet. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, I know you love. Oh, Jack of diamonds, run my heart and go. Jack of diamonds, I know. Jack of diamonds, wherever I go. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds.
now, folks, please make welcome one of my favorite artists. She's been my hero since I was 9 years old and just one of the sweetest people in the world, Miss Allison Krauss.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Come on, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear a robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down, let's go down. Don't you wanna go down? Come on, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
You're listening to WMPG Gorham, Portland, Southern Maine Community Radio from USM.
You finally gone and done it. Broke it right in two. There's no way you can fix it. So pocket your excuse. Don't tell me that you're sorry. That'll only make it worse. I'm tired of
stupid is as stupid does. I had to learn the hard way. You're a man that I can't trust. If only I'd known sooner I was gonna be betrayed. I would have left the first time I ever heard you say I didn't mean to break your heart. I apologize. If you just give me one more chance, there'll be no next time. I promise I will never break your heart again, again, again. Right now it's a hurting, but it'll be okay. I'll pick up both the pieces and be on my way. You know that I love you. Yeah, that's been my mistake. So before I go, let's hear it. One
a fist they fly in the heat of the night. I touch the falling sky. It's a story as old as the flag in the yard. The money's too tight and the work's too hard. Baby, do you know just who your enemies are? In the world it sings, in the world it burns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. With eyes shut tight and the blood washed clean, the Capitol shines, but it's a poison gleam. See the monuments fall to God's great machine. And the world it sings, and the world it burns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. Judgment comes like a lightning strike. The levees break and the oceans rise. And that little black train, it could be here tonight. So don't talk about love if your love won't burn, if your love won't fight, if your love won't yearn. 'Cause a love don't win if it waits on some return. And the world it sings, and the world it burns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. And the world it sings, and the world it burns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. I feel, and the world it sings, and the world it burns. I feel the world shaking as it turns. I feel the world shaking as it turns.
It's just another example of a wonderful new album from Lula Wiles. It's called What Will We Do? And that's Shaking as It Turns. It's on Smithsonian Folkways Recordings. It's just a wonderful collection from a group of three artists who call themselves Lula Wiles. They were One Longfellow Square back at the beginning of February, and they've been through town a few times. A couple of them, maybe all three of them, are from Maine originally, but they are on a bigger stage now. We heard a couple of Allisons before that, Alison Krauss and Alison Moore, and we started out the set with Dee Dee Richardson featuring Patty Loveless singing a song called The Jack of Diamonds. It's 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. I want to remind you of something that's coming up on Monday. For listeners of the show, you may be keen on hearing this, and it fits in rather nicely with our celebration of WMPG's Women's Week, which ends today on Monday. I think at around 5:30 or 6, and playing for a couple hours, Flight 317, which is the auditioned student group at 317 Main Community Center up in Yarmouth. He is going to be playing at the Brickyard Hollow Brewery, and that's also on Main Street in Yarmouth. And I'm told they might have a non-female banjo player, which means they have a male banjo player. I guess that's how it works. But Flight 317 is a wonderful collection of young women who have taken lessons, have performed, and are otherwise associated with 317 Main Community Center. And They've got a great act and a lot of songs to play, and they're going to be up there at the Brickyard Hollow on Main Street in Yarmouth on Monday, March 18th. So deal with St. Patrick's Day however you choose, but maybe have a chance to see Flight 317 on Monday. That's coming up on March 18th.
Dear WMPG listeners, make no mistake about it. We, the
People of the United Kingdom, are much better people.
nicer to our gran,
Kinder to the birds and beasts.
Make better breakfast.
Drive on the more appropriate side of the road.
Eat much better bacon.
Have kings and queens.
Have kings and
funnier
queens.
jokes,
Superior lobsters.
funnier jokes,
Richer moguls.
Older buildings.
smarter smarty pants, brainiacs,
The new silly people.
and,
And don't get us started on the superiority of our radio programming.
Radio.
It is head and shoulders above your W blah blah
W
blah.
blah blah blahs.
The one station that concerns us, however, is WMPG.
They seem good.
Please do not support this station in the up and
Upcoming
coming
Begathon.
It would make us angry. You wouldn't like us when we're angry.
Wow, I think the gauntlet is thrown down. I just, this out of the road thing really is troublesome, but in the UK, let's face it, that's the least of their issues these days. But Begathon is coming up. I'm very keen on that, as we all are here at WMPG. And if memory serves, I've been out of the loop for a couple of weeks, so I think that Begathon starts on a Thursday this week. That means we'll be rolling that wheel up the hill for the first day, and we'll be able to show our stuff as we get the Wheels of Progress on Begathon going for March 2019. Well, it's Hardly Strictly. I'm Fred. I'm your host. I'm glad to be here. Most days I'm glad to be anywhere, but I'm always glad to be here on Thursday morning at WMPG. And here's Sarah Jarose.
Do you think of me the way I think of you? Do you hope for things most likely won't come true? Do you dream of me like I dream of you? Tell me, darling, please tell me true. Tell me, darling, please tell me true. Do you hum a little tune all day long? Do you hear my name in the chorus of your song? When you sing your song, does it make you feel brand new? Tell me, darling, please tell me true. Tell me, darling, please tell me true. child who can't wait to go and play. I'm waiting for love to come my way. Can we make this new love fit like an old shoe? Tell me, darling, please tell me true. Tell me, darling, please tell me true. Tell me, darling, please tell me true.
Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colours, on the Pops.
Back through the years I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth, and I recall a box of eggs that someone gave us, and how my mama put the eggs to use. There were eggs of many colors, but every piece was small, and I didn't have a coat, and it was way down in the fall. Mama sewed the rags together, so in every piece with love she made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. And while she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore, and then she said, I hope this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. And I just couldn't wait to wear it, and Mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me, made only from rags, but I wore it so proudly. Although we had no money, I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors Mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches, holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors, I hurried off to school, just to find the others laughing and making fun of me and my coat of many colors that Mama made for me. And oh, I couldn't understand that, 'cause I thought I was rich. And then I told him of the love my mama sewed in every stitch. And then I told him all the story that Mama told me while she sewed, and why my coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes. They didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see one is only poor only if you choose to be. It is true we had no money, but I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors Mama made for me, made just
You're watching
for
some.
An old fountain pen, still warm from your handwriting memories. An old pocket watch is ticking away on the shelf. Turntable spins and Lady Day singing a melody, making me feel the heartache that she felt. Stepping into this room, it's like I'm stepping back in time, back when life was simple. Standing here in my new dress, and I want strings in the corner, begging someone to take her and pick out a tune. Framed photographs hung like a badge of honor, faces of friends and family light up the room. Will I ever be part of your black and white world? Why can't life be simple? Standing here in full color, and I wonder what it all means. 'Cause you only like old things. You only like old things. It's just like you to like old things. It's just like me to be new. It's just like fate to leave me wishing you could treasure me too. Standing here beside you, I'm still wondering what it all means. 'Cause you only like old things. You only like old things. Tonight the rain that's fallen only adds to my heartache. It runs quietly down my window like the tears upon my face. And each time the lightning flashes and I hear the thunder roar, I'm reminded of the closing of the door. I'm not over you. The storm still rages. The waves of pain remind me that we're through. I'm slowly drowning in a sea of endless heartbreak. I'm going under, 'cause I'm not over you. I keep holding to your memory, but my hopes are sinking fast. The chance that you'll come back to me now fades into the past. Can I find a way to let you go somewhere down deep inside by reaching for the healing hands of time? I'm not over you. The storm still rages. The waves of pain remind me that we're through. I'm slowly drowning in a sea of endless heartbreak. I'm going under, 'cause I'm not over you.
Well, there that was the Queen of Bluegrass, Rhonda Vincent, right there on the radio. And I'm Not Over You. And that is a strong voice. Bluegrass music has been for many, many years. I believe Ms. Vincent and the Rage are going to be headlining at the Thomas Point Bluegrass Music Festival coming up in Labor Day up there in Brunswick, and that's always fun, and she always brings it big time. We heard another Queen of Bluegrass, Dolly Parton, and you know, I tried really hard to find a Dolly Parton song, and it was actually quite difficult for reasons which I don't fully understand. So I stripped some audio off of a YouTube video, and apparently some of the introductory things were in there. But that was sort of cool to hear a Brit after the Begathon promo present Dolly Parton, A Coat of Many Colors. We heard Sarah Jarosz and also Beth Wood in there with a song called Old Things. Well, look at that. It's 9:30. Could not be closer to 9:30. Well, it could be because the time keeps going on, but it's 9:30 straight up or straight down, depending on your point of view. On Hardly Strictly number 260. Hi there, I'm Fred. I've been away for a couple of weeks, and speaking in all seriousness, I was in Death Valley for a good string of time, and never been there before. And let me tell you, it is not what you think it is. It's just not a flat place that's dry and barren. It is a spectacular national monument, national park. It's the largest national park in the lower 48, as it turns out, and I won't embellish it any further, but it is a spectacular place to appreciate this great country and our great natural resources. Which brings me to government information you can rely upon. I know you've been waiting for it. It seemed like 3 weeks since we actually had government information we can rely upon. And now here's the bit that I do on this show, which reminds you that it's going to be 3 more weeks before we have any more government information you can rely upon. But this is it. This is it right here. This is the weather from the National Weather Service. It's doggone good. Partly sunny with a high near 45 today, mostly cloudy, a low around 37. Friday, there's going to be showers likely mainly after 11 a.m., cloudy with a high near 53. That's right, you heard me. 53 on Friday. Friday night, 40% chance of showers before 3 a.m. Lows around 40. Saturday, mostly sunny, the high near 48. Saturday night, mostly clear, a low around 27. Sunday, sunny, 39. Sunday night, clear, 28. Monday, sunny, 37. That's the way it is, all straight through the next version of Hardly Strictly. So that is government information I can believe in, government information I can rely upon, and government information I can get behind, because maybe the worm has turned, and maybe we are truly living up to the promise of daylight savings time. Thanks for joining me this morning at Hardly Strictly.
Some
kept the key. Jailer kept the key. He did. He kept the key. Black woman in a white man's jail. Black woman in a white man's jail. No one to call a friend. Jailer walks the woman by day and night. Woman by day and night. No mercy in a white man's jail. Jailer man and evil on his mind. Evil on his mind and a nice pick in his hand. No mercy in a white
Instead of having sweet dreams all about you, you don't love me, it's plain. I should know I'll never wear your ring. I should hate you the whole night through. Instead of having sweet dreams about you. Sweet dreams of you. Things I know can't come true. Why can't I forget the past? Start loving someone new. Instead of having sweet dreams about you.
Come on now, that's as good as it gets. That's Patsy Cline, Sweet Dreams of You. Recorded back, I think that was in the late 50s. You can tell from the production values and the sensibilities, roughly when it was recorded and what people thought was rich and powerful back then. It's okay. Different times have different vibes and different sensibilities, and that was a time when, check me on this, but that was a time when the Ray Conniff Singers and Rich Miller and his sing-along singers were very popular, and smooth production was all the rage. That wasn't true of the entire set there. No, not at all. We started out with the great Rosie Flores from Rockabilly Philly, 1995, and Boxcars. And then we had a threefer in there. Alison DeGroot, Tatiana Hargreaves have a new record out, which just has their names on it. That's what they call it. It's on Free Dirt Records. And they did a song by Alice Gerard, and it's called Beaufort County Jail. Now, I hesitated there because, you know, if it's Beaufort County Jail, it's in North Carolina. If it's Beaufort County Jail, it's in South Carolina. So I had to think back on the lyrics and the intonation from DeGroot and Hargreaves, but that was Beaufort County Jail, so that means they're singing about North Carolina. And then Emmylou Harris, just before Patsy Cline with Tulsa Queen. It's 10 minutes before 10 o'clock right now.
A Jewish film festival in Maine? Why not? The 22nd Annual Maine Jewish Film Festival is happening March 9th through the 17th. Critically acclaimed, it's an independent, professional Jewish film festival, inventively curated and diverse. The Maine Jewish Film Festival presents a sophisticated program of documentary, fiction, and short films that explore the global Jewish experience. Screenings will take place in Portland, Brunswick, Lewiston, Rockland, Bangor, and Waterville. Offerings this year include the story of America's first fast food restaurant, women helping women in Brooklyn's Hasidic community, and a daring rescue in World War II. That's the Maine Jewish Film Festival, March 9th to the 17th, co-sponsored by WMPG. More details can be found at mjff.org.
Back here on Hardly Strictly. It's Hardly Strictly number 260. Collect them all, and we're on podcasts and streaming and that kind of thing. You can check out the archives at WMPG.org. It's all good. And, you know, we're grateful for you, our listeners, and One Longfellow Square, a live music and entertainment venue in Portland's Arts District. One Longfellow Square presents a full calendar of local and national performing artists in contemporary and traditional American and world music. Ticket information and performance schedules are online at onelongfellowsquare.com. It's 9 before 10.
Why don't you swing it on back, make another fashion, stir it up right for all that dancing, baby, won't you whirl me around? Well, you're my bourbon hound. Well, Jefferson will set you up right, Booker takes you home for the night, a little Buffalo Trace and my feet are on the ground. And now I'm dancing with a bourbon hound. Why don't you swing it on back, make another fashion, stir it up right for all that dancing, baby, won't you whirl me around? Well, you're my bourbon hound. Well, Jameson for the morning Joe, I'm a whiskey girl too, now don't you know? A little bullet, the old pass around. You know there's nothing like a bourbon hound. Why don't you swing it on back, make another fashion, stir it up right for all that dancing, baby, won't you whirl me around? Well, you're my bourbon hound. Fox and a hound went out one night, got into a great big fight, took a draw of the jack and fell onto the ground. You know there's nothing like a bourbon hound. Why don't you swing it on back, make another fashion, stir it up right for all that dancing, baby, won't you whirl me around? Well, you're my bourbon hound. When you're on your feet and don't want to die, or else to have a little nip of fire, old Pappy's gonna lift you off of the ground. You know there's nothing like a bourbon hound. Why don't you swing it on back, another fashion, stir it up right for all that dancing, baby, won't you whirl me around? Well, you're my bourbon hound.
Take a walk around midnight in a city. Young blood is hiding there somewhere. You're looking for something to do. Something's happening there. I am Bragger, borrowed a coupe today. Come back, babe. She got a friend in a Chevrolet, but she ain't running no more. She's just walking a little slow. And she ain't crying no more. She's just singing a little low. Singing high. This city will make you dirty, but you look alright. for something to get into. Take a look to find a movie show. Be in the back row. Hold on tight. You remember you might have looked like Cool 12, but your fuse was dynamite. Say you make you dirty, but you look alright. Feel real pretty when it hugs you. Said it'll make you mean, but darling, that's just some makeup on your face. Love will find you, but you gotta keep doing that, yeah. Take a walk around midnight in a city. Your blood is hiding there somewhere. Just looking for something to do. Something's happening there. Uh-oh. Something's happening there. Ooh, ooh, something's happening there. Hey, hey, look at here,
You're listening to 90.9 WMPG Core in Portland, Southern Maine Community Radio from USM.
Davy White, where is he tonight? He's sleeping with her in a Tennessee town and he's fine. I think I lost my mind and my wasted time. I'm dreaming alone in a hotel bed that he's mine. Bought a gown to match his name, kept my virtue just the same, so I could offer to my love a bride he could be proud of. I was sure I held his heart till a Louisiana girl tore us apart. Watched him as he turned away into her arms where he stayed. Davy White, where is he tonight? He's sleeping with her in a Tennessee town and he's fine. I think I lost my mind and my wasted time. I'm dreaming alone in a hotel bed that he's mine. Once my tears had all run out, I learned how to live without pieces left behind and told. I took to the hard road. Strangers know the songs I write. They come to hear me sing at night. They don't know I've paid the cost. They don't know what I lost. Davy White, where is he tonight? He's sleeping with her in a Tennessee town and he's fine. I think I lost my mind and my wasted time. I'm dreaming alone in a hotel bed that he's mine. Till all the miles erase my pain. Till all the hurt is gone again. Searching for the next mistake. Who never ever
Tennessee town and he's fine.
The downs the fleet lay moored, she was waiting in the wind, when black-eyed Susan came on board, saying, where shall I my true love find? Tell me, jovial sailors, tell me true, does my sweet William sail among your crew? Willie, who high upon the yard, rocked by the billows to and fro, soon as her well-known voice he heard, he sighed and cast his eyes below. The cords glide swiftly through his glowing hands, and quicker than lightning on the deck he stands. Oh, Susan, Susan, lovely dear, my vows will ever true remain. Let me kiss off those falling tears, we only part to meet again. Change as ye list ye winds, my heart shall be the faithful compass that shall point to thee. Landsmen say they'll try to tempt thy constant mind. They'll say that sailors wend away, in every port a mistress find. Yes, yes, believe them when they tell thee so, for thou art present wheresoe'er I go. To fair India's coast I sail, thine eyes are seen in diamonds bright. Thy breath is Africa's spicy gale, thy skin is ivory so white. The pleasant breezes wheresoe'er they blow, they bring me memories of my lovely Sue. Bosun gave the dreadful word, the sails their swelling bosom spread. No longer could she stay on board, she turned, she sighed, and hung her head. Her little boat unwilling rowed to land. Adieu, she cried, sighed and waved her lily hand.
Where am I today? I wish that I knew. 'Cause looking around, there's no sign of you. I don't remember one jump or one leap. Just quiet steps away from your lead. I'm holding my heart out, but clutching it too. Feeling is short of the love that we once knew. Calling us home when it's not even close. And playing the role with nerves left exposed. Standing on a darkest day, stumbling through the lines. Others have excuses, I have my reasons why. We get distracted by the dreams of our own. But nobody's happy while feeling alone. Knowing how hard it hurts when we fall. We lean another ladder against the wrong wall. And we climb high to the highest rung to shake fists at the sky. Others have excuses, I have my reasons. With so much deception, it's hard not to wander away. It's hard not to wander away.
That, of course, is Nickel Creek, featuring lead singer Sarah Watkins on the cut, Reasons Why. And we're celebrating WMPG's Women's Week. It's coming to a close. This is the last day we're doing it, but feels good to be doing it. We started out with Della Mae, a bluegrass band without peer, and they performed Bourbon Hound from their new Butcher Shop EP. Ricky Lee Jones was in there with Youngblood, the Secret Sisters, and Anna and Elizabeth with that extended tune, Black Eyed Susan, before we heard from Sarah Watkins and Nickel Creek. It's 11 minutes after 10 o'clock right now on this not bad Thursday morning. Here in southern Maine and southern New Hampshire, you're listening to WMPG's Hardly Strictly. I'm Fred. I'm your presenter. I'm your host. And this is Hardly Strictly number 260. WMPG thrives with support from you and from local businesses like Page One Web Solutions, located in Portland, Maine, and serving businesses nationwide. Page One is a Google partner and HubSpot certified agency partner that offers such services as web design and development and web marketing, including organic search, paid search, and more online at pageonewebsolutions.com.
This is DJ Adira of WMPG's Shaken and Stirred, inviting you to listen in every Friday morning from 10:30 to noon and add a bit of snap, crackle, pop, and fizz to your pre-weekend. Shaken and Stirred has been on the air since 2007, shaking you up with excellent global and local music and stirring up issues with interesting guests. For an always interesting auditory adventure, please join me, DJ Adira, on Friday mornings, 10:30 to noon on WMPG 90.9 FM or live stream online at wmpg.org.
The Carter family goes right back to the very grassroots of country music. They're here tonight, Mother Maybelle and Helen and Anita. Maybelle, I've often wondered if you do any of the old original Carter family songs.
We sure do, Judd, and we'd like to do one right now. This one is called Keep on the Sunny Side.
Here's a Carter family.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way. It will keep on the sunny us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moments be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always to keep us everyone in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way. It will keep on the sunny side of life.
Another day begins like every other. I get up the same time that I always do. But one thing always leads into another. And I get down when I start missing you.
Your empty chair sits at our breakfast table. Since you're not here, I always eat alone. And while I wait to go to work, I think about you. I work all day, then I come back home to these routines, the simple things that we both used to do. Memories of a life that we once knew. If it seems that nothing's changed with me, I guess it's true. Just the same routines reminding me of you.
Another night begins like every other. I turn out the light and get myself to bed.
I try to get some sleep, but I lie awake for hours till tomorrow brings the same routines again. These routines, the simple things that we both used to do. Memories of a life that we once knew. If it seems that nothing's changed with me, I guess it's true. Just the same routines reminding me of you. Just the same routines reminding me of you.
the sky at night. Paddles cut the water in a long and hurried flight from the white man to the fields of green, to the homeland we've never seen. Killed us in our teepee, then they cut our women down. Might have left some babies crying on the ground, but the fire sticks and the wagons come. Then the night falls on the setting sun. Massacred the buffalo, kitty corner from the bank. Taxis run across my feet, and my eyes are turned to blank. In my little box at the top of the stairs, my Indian rug and a pipe to share. Wish I was a trapper, I would give 1,000 pounds to sleep with Pocahontas and find out how she felt in the morning on the fields of green, in the homeland we've never seen. Maybe Martin Brando would be there by the fire, sit and talk of Hollywood and the good things there for hire, and the Astrodome and the first TP. Martin Brando, Pocahontas and me. Martin Brando, Pocahontas and me.
Honestly, don't know how you could review women in folk bluegrass and whatnot, which we've been doing this morning, without sharing a little Gillian Welch, and that was Pocahontas. We heard Amy Gallatin in Stillwater, Maybelle Carter, Ellie Winninger, and Nickel Creek. I think I told you about them. They were in the last set. So it's going to do it for the old Hardly Strictly train. It's pulling into the station. And that means I'm going to hop on it and take it in the other direction. Peter's up with Blind Hope Radio. He's got special guests today. You're really going to enjoy it. So remember, if you heard something you didn't like, get over it. If you heard something you'd like, you're welcome. And I will see you next week.
Hello, Mr. Heartache. I've been expecting you. Come in and wear your welcome out the way you always do. Never say if you're here to stay or only passing through. Hello, Mr. Heartache, I've been expecting you. When I don't feel like company, you make yourself at home. Even though you know I'd rather be alone. Love walked out on me and didn't even close the door. Next thing I know, I'm staring at your shadow on the floor. Hello, Mr. Heartache, I've been expecting you. Come in and wear your welcome out the way you always do. Never say if you're here to stay or only passing through. Hello, Mr. Heartache, I've been expecting you. I wish that I could say it's nice to see you back again. We're not exactly strangers, but we're not exactly friends. You know you're not invited, but you keep on coming round. Last thing that I need is you to kick me when I'm down. Hello, Mr. Heartache, I've been